Now we're going to talk about another horror subgenre today. Again, whenever you're building a horror-based world, whether that's for a novel series that you're writing or a campaign, in this case, that you're planning on running, it's always important to consider the subgenres you want to use, kind of the tropes and aspects of them and how you want them to mix in. We've already talked about folk horror and body horror, so next we're going to talk about cosmic horror. And if you're someone who is a fan of the first two, then you're probably expecting this subject to come up. Now, cosmic horror, or Lovecraftian horror, has become pretty popular in the last couple of decades. It is something that relies a lot on the unspeakable and unnameable, a kind of strange fears and monsters from outside reality, and The Waning Princes, a dark court of fae that I use. It's home-brewed. They certainly fit that bill. They definitely have alien tendencies. They have machinations that are sometimes really hard to understand and don't seem to make a whole lot of sense, while they do hurt and harm and change a lot of people. They do also have a very alien mien to them, besides kind of typical demonic horns that are covered in direflies, black eyes. They also have long, gangly limbs, insect-like qualities like wings, bits of chitin, kind of a demeanor in the way that they react, strange blood, that sort of stuff. And they use a lot of horrible, horrible things like direfly hives that grow inside of people, or strange plagues and rot. They tend to be, just pretty horrific overall. Now, one thing you hear a lot in the cosmic horror genre that I kind of disagree with is the insignificance of man, or in this case, player characters. Now, it's true that in some ways to such creatures we'd be bugs to them, but think about bugs in the real world. A scorpion, a spider, it can kill you. Wasps, they can hurt a whole lot, destroy your house. Same for ants and termites as well. Cockroaches spread diseases, and heck, they all have a really big effect on the world, and that's why we're constantly stomping on them or trying to get rid of them. Likewise, bees spread honey. Butterflies are beautiful. They don't spread honey, but they pollinate. You know what I mean with bees. So it's really one of those things of they change the world around us. They're still important, and that's the same for player characters. And you can really see that thread in most cosmic horror fiction because characters still affect the world. They still often, even at the cost of their own sanity and lives, get rid of whatever great evil for at least a time. Of course, if you want to check out Call of Cthulhu, that's a great role-playing game to learn this sort of stuff, or any of Lovecraft's works. I would always recommend The Fisherman by John Landon. It's a really fantastic book. Also, The Void, we talked about it before. While it is a really good example of folk horror and body horror, it also has a really good cosmic horror element. All right, well, I hope this was useful. I've enjoyed talking about this, and have a wonderful rest of the day.